Again, when it comes to, watching the NFL and joining us on the phone here, we have the Ulster County Sheriff, Mr. Paul Van Blarcom. How are you, Mr. Van Blarcom?
I'm great, thank you.
Appreciate you coming on for a second. And obviously we have you on. We were just talking about the NFL and how the Giants stink. I'm a Cowboys fan. They stink. The Jets stink.
Garbage.
It's just But basically, we were reading online over the weekend that you had done a post on social media in regards to a national boycott of the NFL. And I know that there was a boycott planned for yesterday. And I got to be honest, even before, reading your post in more depth this morning, it looked like some of the stands were pretty empty at NFL games across the country. And I think that, in reading your post, you basically came on and, well, you know what led to you posting all of this?
Well, I got quite a few friends that are veterans of the various services, and they had sent me an email about this grassroots effort to have an NFL boycott, and I thought it was a great idea.
Yeah.
Personally, I had already done it. I don't think I'll probably ever go back to another football game, but I thought it was a great idea, so I put that onto our webpage.
Now, I know that you putting this up on social media and on Facebook. A lot of people, there are some people obviously on your side in this, and then there are, I like to call them the cyber bullies, I guess. They basically were upset that you were, using your platform to shine the light on something that they feel that you have, really no business in voicing your opinion. But again, we're in America, so you can voice your opinion whenever you want.
Right.
Absolutely. We got members of the sheriff's office here that have done 2-3 tours between Afghanistan and Iraq. And, we stand tall with them. And if you remember a year ago in August, the Dallas Cowboys wanted to put an emblem on their uniforms in honor and in solidarity of the Dallas police officers that got killed.
Right.
And the NFL would not let them do that.
I remember.
So it just disgusts me that, on one hand, people can protest and use their First Amendment rights, and on the other hand, they decide who can and who can't.
Yeah. I know in reading your post, and again, if you guys missed the post that the Ulster County Sheriff's Office put on social media, we have a link for it up on our website. Just go to HudsonValleyCountry.com. Basically, you were asking for people to boycott all football telecasts, ticket holders to not go to games, and you wanted us to, pass this along to your friends and family. And you said in your post, honor our military, some of whom came home with the American flag draped over their coffins. Continue with this weekly boycott of televised games, but let's make this a day the owners, coaches, players, and advertisers will notice. They do, and you said this in your post.
This is what I think is the best part of the post.
They do have a right to protest if they want to, but not during the national anthem. It shows an act of, an utter lack of patriotism and total disrespect to our veterans. And I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I do think that, if you do want to show protest and you do want to raise raise awareness for whatever, there are other avenues in which you can do it, right, instead of doing it during the national anthem.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. There's a million different ways that you can decide to protest, but the national anthem is what unifies us. That's something we should all stand for and all stand up and support.
You know what's amazing to me, too, is, and again, in doing research, obviously this kneeling down thing has been quite a big deal over the last, few weeks and, this entire football season. There's a rule in the NFL rule book that states all players have to stand at attention with their helmet underneath, I think it's their left arm, and they have to stand. The problem here is the NFL has chose not to enforce said rule because of the political backlash is what they are afraid of, and look what that's gotten them.
Right, and you're right that they refuse to enforce the rules, so they're picking and choosing. Why have a rule book if you're just going to decide what to do and what not to do? I'll send you a link. About 12 years ago, every choir from each one of the armed forces got together at a football game and sang the national anthem. Every player, they scanned the crowd. Every player was standing. Every player had their hand over their heart. Mm-hmm. Most players were singing. And then the jets flew over. And it's really a tearjerker that we went from that to the way we are now.
Right. And again, and I don't want to be, one-sided here because I do think every single American has the right to protest. I think when you protest, you got to think it through.
Right.
And I think in this case, it started with Colin Kaepernick last year. Yeah. And he's not even in the NFL now. He can't find a job.
Can't get a job.
Right.
You know, I mean, which is mind-boggling to me, especially if you watch the Jets or any of these football teams that could use a quarterback. But that's a whole other thing. You don't think you'll ever come back to watching the NFL?
I don't think so. You know, I got no desire to. It really gnaws at me that this goes on. If they change the way things are, then maybe. You know, I can't say that I don't sit and watch it once in a while on TV, but even yesterday I didn't even watch it on TV. So, you know, I ended up going down to Middletown and watching the high school soccer boys championship. So,
there you go.
And, you know, I had a good time down there.
Who won?
For the Mount Academy here in Ulster County came in as a tie for first place in the Class D boys championship.
Okay.
Yes.
So there you go.
It was exciting.
If you're going to choose, like the Ulster County Sheriff, Paul Van Blarkum, who, is the president of our show.
He is the president of our show.
We haven't forgotten, man.
Thank you, sir.
But, if you're going to choose to boycott the NFL and not watch, go out and support local sports like the sheriff did. Listen. There's nobody kneeling at those games.
Not at all.
And that's the thing that bothers me, too, is you start to see these videos of some of the schools, just trying to emulate and that's the part that's like a
that's the other thing is the kids idolize these professional athletes. Yeah. And they see them do things like that, then they start doing things like that. And